move that up again. See how that affects it. Whenever PSA gets caught up, they have, what's it called? They have their little update sheet on their website. That's where I'm looking. And then obviously if we get a submission back, like we're gonna like, as soon as we get a notification, we'll tell all of you guys. They're not giving really a projected date because they're doing it day by day, but they're going pretty quick. If everything shipped from Thanksgiving week. Thanksgiving week is technically last week's shipping or the week before. I'm pretty sure, yeah. If you have any issues, Nick will address it in the email though for sure because he's the one who handles the shipping. I know like delays have already started for holidays and whatnot. I went Christmas shopping this weekend and it was a madhouse wherever I went. Put on this. Open another giveaway. So all that means, Jet, is they didn't scan it on acceptance. We literally have one sheet of paper tied to all the packages that they just have to, beep once. And they don't even do that sometimes. So that means the tracking will get hit when it hits the next location. What's up, Jackie? We make it as easy as possible that we can for USPS, but sometimes they just don't. We've had it happen before, especially this time of year, dude. For whatever reason. What's up, John? John, I sent you your gift card, just so you're aware. And everyone got their gift cards. From the gaming channel, anyway. Matt, I think you won the last one on the gaming channel, so check your DMs, just so you know. Just got to break one? Beautiful. Figured we'd keep pretty much the same break going. It's been going well. We got 2 left in this first one. You're still waiting on yours? Well, let me take care of that now. you got to do is ask me, my guy. Thank you. Just a few days ago, and then I'm waiting for my package to arrive the next day. Doesn't show up, and it was 1,500 miles away in a different state. That's interesting. Yeah, the tracking can be wonky sometimes. That's how it goes. Especially around this time, dude. Last year around this time was a nightmare. Not not a stream went by without at least 4 people asking, "Hey, what happened? What's this? What's that?" Like, I'm like, we dropped it off. It's just they're backed up. Hopefully this year will be better, but it's already getting that way right now. This first break should be filling up. A bunch of orders just came through. You're impatient for your Zard to come? Awesome. Oh, you weren't even here for that, dude? That break? That was the same break with 3 Zards, right? I think that was the last break. That break had everything. Literally. Dark popped off. Did we get the... I think we got the Rayquaza that break, too. Oh, I'm just making an Instagram post. You're brand new here. Been watching your last few streams. Great content. Chunky, I feel like you've been here for a while. Why does that name look familiar? Like, I believe you, obviously, but why? I feel like I've seen your name before. And welcome and good luck to you as well. I think someone has a similar name to you. Someone must have a similar name to you because it's really like it's like blaring in my mind right now. First two breaks are almost full. We got 2 spots left in each. Just the last few weeks. Yeah, someone has a similar name to you. Has to be. But regardless, dude, welcome. But yeah, apparently the internet's back to normal. And Nick, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I was very, very like, I was like, this must be standard procedure for all these companies, dude. They as soon as like 6 months goes by, they just throttle you down for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure I do. Different, different like section of it, but yes. You gonna get any of the new Japanese set? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, Nick is logged into my account, pretending to be me. You ever heard of identity theft, Nick? You can't do this though. I have a button. You don't. If it's good, then we'll open it. You know how we do it here. All right, first one's good to go. Let's get it randomed. All right. Randomed, ready to go. Let's get it print. It's lined up, and we're gonna start opening. I have a feeling we're gonna start off this week with a bang. Yeah, we'll do it, Mr. Tetsunik, but you're going big with this break. At least 3 alt arts, 1 Zard, and a gold energy. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, part of me was feeling a Zard right off the bat. I think today's gonna pop off. It's always on the days that are just like a little bit longer for the breaks to fill that like the Zards all just come out. They're like, okay, people want to be shy. This is what they missed out on. That's basically what happened with break 15 because that took the longest to fill on Friday. Break 15 took the longest to fill, and then it had everything. It had three Zards. I'm pretty sure Alt Rayquaza VMAX. There was like gold. It had everything like in every spot, pretty much. And now we got Darkness Ablaze on the table too. Now we're gonna see a little mix. Oh yeah, brief cheers. You're all beautiful. This is gonna be an awesome start to this week. Let's get some more heat. All right. It's a good start. Nick, are you still here? I'm pretty sure they did, blah. I had someone else have the similar comment or similar question. My theory is that they didn't hit the tracking on drop off, which is annoying when it happens because then people think that it didn't ship, but it's actually in transit and it'll update when it hits the next location. Like I said, dude, we make it as easy as scanning one sheet of paper, and if they don't do it, then your tracking's not updated. And around this time of the year, for whatever reason, it happens. Like, always. I don't know why. And what's even worse is sometimes they'll scan it when it's in transit to the next location, so it looks like it just got there, but in reality... Can I call him or what? What did I say, dude? I said this week we're starting off with a bang. Michael, congrats. I swear, dude. Maybe it's like the dreams that I don't remember having. Like, I'm seeing the future or something. Because I felt it. Jeez, man. Right off the bat. I swear, dude. It never gets old. It never gets old pulling Zards. Gardevoir, Psychic. Zard right off the bat, dude. Unbelievable. I don't even know what we're due for at this point. Darkness, I guess. Darkness has got something to prove right now. With Darkness back in the mix of these breaks, I think it's gonna pop off. Cause you got a bunch of different hits too from Darkness, different types, along with the Zard. Another Gardevoir. Michael. Hang on, autofocus is all jacked up on this other camera. Dude, we pulled, I don't even know how many this last week. And we just can't stop. We pulled the Hyper as well. So the last break on Friday, Chunky, I don't know if you were here. Somebody got one of those, the Shiny from Shiny Fades, and then the Celebration Zard from one break. It was the last break. That break 15 from last Friday is definitely one for the record books. Yeah, but it had everything else too, Blah. There was like, I'm pretty sure the Rayquaza alternate was in there. And a couple of, we pulled the Espeon too that break. Because you were in that break too, Blah. Like everything else hit too. Moltres alternate? Rayquaza must have been the break before or something. The Espeon was in it too, though, from Fusion Strike. I'm pretty sure like every type got a big card. I distinctly remember that. Jeez, you missed the first one. Are we gonna break the other Zard record, like right off the bat? I'm like shaking right now. I called it too. I said this break is going to start off with a bang. Like this week is going to start off with a bang. I'm telling you, dude, I'm convinced that like I have dreams that I don't like. You know how like you forget your dream, but like it's still like in there, still in your brain. Like my subconscious just like has dreams about it, like what's going to happen. I mean, when you combo all of these sets together, crazy stuff happens. That's just how it goes. I gotta add it to the counter. What am I doing? It's going good. I'm getting used to it. Stuff is getting done little by little. And it's good to see you, Alipe. Yeah, it's going well. It's going well. Getting used to everything. What, Becca? Just finished remodeling one of your bathrooms? Yeah, I mean, like, here, everything was, like, done, pretty much. There wasn't any remodeling needed, thankfully. But, obviously, there's... I don't know if I'm ever going to get done unpacking. Like, I don't want to unpack my collection until I'm done with the display for it. So, like, that's going to take time. Hanging up pictures here and there. It sucks, but like I really actually need to move the way I have the garage arranged with inventory and whatnot, the grain silo, so to speak, because it would have made more sense to have the shelving on the opposite side of the garage. But in order for me to do that, I also have to move everything that's on them, which is a lot. I did that once already when we moved, and there's more. And I'm waiting until like it's a little bit more empty. What is this break, dude? We're not even through the first 2 stacks right now. Mr. Anderson. You just got back into recollecting. You have several EV Lego Evolutions. Oh, that's sick. I didn't even know Legos made them. See, like, I had the contractor come out and do it last time, the way he made, like, the ledges in my collection room. I'm wondering if I even need him to do that anymore. Because it's really not that hard. Like, I just need an air compressor and a nail gun. I guess to cut the molding exactly how I want, that's going to be a little bit more intensive. I don't know. I'll probably just have him do it again. I could borrow yours if I lived near you. I moved to Wisconsin now. But last time I had like the LED lights sitting in the ledge so it shined up through the slabs. It looked good. I liked it. Step above it would be like the Nanoleaf lights. They have newer ones that are smaller triangles sitting in the like on the wall under like above the where the ledge is where the cards would sit. Ooh. And I could actually connect the one from the gaming channel all the way across the wall. That'd be a lot of lights, but it might be worth it. South Carolina. Yeah, it's a hop, skip, and a jump for sure. I think it would be better for me to just get my own air compressor, but I do appreciate the sentiment. Today it is so windy, dude. I think I have to re-tarp the patio furniture outside because it's like starting. I had like heavy logs sitting on the edges of it, along with it being bungee cord, and it was launching the logs off. And I'm just like, you can't win. So I'm just gonna get more bungee cords. If you get a Home Depot credit card, you can get $100 off your first purchase with it. I got a Menards near me. Menards is pretty big around here. Honestly, it's pretty good. Another Delmise for grass. We got Snom for John. John, Snom. What's up, Fusions? Don't let the background freak you out. That is two Zards. I didn't do it this year, but like next year for the patio furniture and like other stuff, I'll probably just get like a shed for the backyard. I got the space for it. Instead, I bought like two very large tarps, but like I think the way that like the bungees were gonna work in my head didn't work. I think I like this is where I messed up. I went from I hooked the bungee cord to the tarp, went through the furniture, not that far, and then I bungeed back on the tarp. I think the bungee needs to go tarp, furniture. Like that's how it needs to go. That's where I messed up. My fundamentals of tarping were flawed. Hyper Fire Chandelure. It was driving me nuts too because like one of like the water spigots outside where you hook up the hose to the house, I like cut off the water, but it was like still dripping. And I finally fixed it, but like I'm gonna have to like probably like replace that or I don't know, get like a different close valve on it. What's up, B Patrician? You know, just domestic things. Domestic beige. Homeowner. I still have to get one more TV for this house too. And I have to call the furniture place again because like half my couch is still like in limbo. I'm waiting for it. We got like one section of the sectional. People were like, "Oh, nice couch, a little bit small." I'm like, "Yeah, it's because we only have 1/3 of it right now." What's up, Eric? Dude, I don't know what to tell you. We still have a stack of Darkness Ablaze and Celebrations too. Bolton, Electric. And a Skyla. A lot of the furniture fabric kits are stuck on boats. See, I don't think they are. Because like this stuff was like in the warehouse already. They lack the drivers to deliver them. And I think these companies are still like in the mindset, even if they do have stuff available, they delay everything to make people that much more like uneasy, because then they make more money. No, I didn't. You spoke to the vendor, and that's what they told you though, right? Like I feel like they're all like, I feel like they're behind closed doors. They're just like, okay, even though everything's back to normal, it's not okay. We were making way too much money before. I don't know, dude. Tinfoil hat beige, full blown right now. Hypertraining. Right, but if they don't have to rush and they can get a lot of these orders in the same shipment, they pay less. Like letting it build up for a month. Logistically speaking, it sucks if you have one order one month and then like the next month they could have went together. You know what I mean? I think these companies are slick, dude. There really is a shortage. I don't know, man. I don't think there's a shortage of stuff. I think there's a shortage of people to work. Like, specifically for like, I guess I could speak on, my family has restaurants, right? My cousins, my aunts. They are struggling to find employees. The shortage is waiting on the fabric kits. They come from overseas. So fabric kits, when you say fabric kit, like that's how they make the couch? I guess like I haven't done too much homework on like how furniture is made. So what's the main issue? Okay, so that makes sense. So like we make the frame and then we get the fabric from somewhere else. They assemble it. Oh, I mean, of course. A lot of it is cut off though. I don't know. Last year jacked everything up and like I don't know what the solution is. Kind of just want to go back to normal. I either want it to like stay the same or go back to normal. Like not this in between crap where we don't know if it's done or if it's not done. Yeah, that's gonna break some stuff. That is for sure. Normal will never be normal again. I feel like that's crap though. I feel like we like just shouldn't let that happen. I feel like we should try to fight against that. Cause like the people determine what's normal. We just gotta like do it ourselves. Oh, I mean, my lifestyle didn't change much. Like, I just went live more. This is my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and part of my Tuesday, Thursday. Well, yeah, we're not going to go into that because it inevitably becomes a political discussion, and I don't want to do that on here. If you want to, depending on what flavor you like, there's plenty of channels for you. Not here. I'm just kind of keeping the discussion around, like, more general. See, I'm sick of that too, dude. Like, everything becomes politicized. You can't talk about anything as soon as politics become involved. Because, like, it's toxic. And it makes subjects toxic. But whatever. See, like, I'm more with Mr. B. Patrician over here's way of thinking, or Miss. Exactly, dude. Exactly. It becomes like an identity thing. Firm believer that if you delete Facebook, if like Facebook doesn't exist anymore, and all news, both sides, doesn't exist anymore, world's a better place. Problems get solved. So ready for Christmas, I have to reteach myself on how to wrap presents this year because I'm not that good at it. I'm good at opening things. Ironically, not that good at wrapping things. Not all social media. Not all social media. Because I would say that, like, I wouldn't want Twitch to go away, not just because I'm live on here, but, like, I enjoy Twitch. I like it. You can watch other people play games. It's fun. Or do other stuff. A place like Facebook, they allowed stuff to be toxic. That's the reason why it's toxic. Because then it's easier to get the public on your side. That's just essentially what it is. You're a company that wants to make money, so you pay for other people to have opinions that benefit you. There's giant sacks I can buy. Yeah, but I feel like that's lazy. I feel like if I'm getting a present for someone and I didn't wrap it, I'm denying them that joy. And I really enjoy, like, God honest truth, I thoroughly enjoy getting people Christmas presents because I like to see that happiness. I've remember it since I was younger, and I'm not going to let that die. Ever. Doesn't have to look pretty. I mean, I don't want it to look like a disaster, though. I'm just really, like, I don't know how they haven't figured out a better way to wrap presents. Like some spray can stuff. You know where I mess up, God honest truth? Like, I've watched so many of these YouTube videos of, like, tips and tricks for wrapping paper, and I'm following them, like, step by step, and it never comes out the same way. It's always, like, right at the end, I have way too much paper, and it doesn't fold well. And then if I cut it off, then I don't have enough. What's up with the lighting today? The exposure could be off. Hold up. Let me check. Is that better? Oh, that's brighter. This is brighter. Well, yeah, I mean, the far back. I'm working on the lighting still. Don't worry. I actually have something on the way that'll fix that issue. Working on the lights is a very delicate process that takes like 3 to 6 months. We've come a long way though. That's better. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chunky Chew. I didn't change anything. I changed it and then changed it back. But don't worry, I'm getting another thingy and it'll help. You want to wrap this here? See, like, I've had people offer, like, to help me, and I'm just like, no, like, come on. If I'm good enough to buy the presents, I gotta wrap them too. Gotta finish, follow through. The problem is you can't just add lights. Like you'll learn that right away if you ever do something similar like this, even if you're just videoing like something simple. As soon as you add a light, there's another glare you have to account for. I couldn't have the lights on behind me until I swapped out the fixture where I can adjust where they're pointing. I'm pulling on his water as well. I mean, I find that, like, with me, right? Like, you get to figure out how to improve yourself as a person. Not like that I'm a bad person, but, like, if there is a pile of stuff, it's like my brain just shuts off and, like, I don't want to do anything. And I hate that. So, like, I have to, like, take things, like, one part at a time, because if I look at it as a whole, I just get like, I'm just like, I don't even want to do it. What's up, Magenta? You see that? Lights, I ended up like watching a 2-hour video on like on lighting from like a movie director, in which he was explaining to me the science of lights and how they actually work and how cameras react to them. And that's how like I figured out a lot of the stuff. Multiple fire spots, he says. Like I didn't even know that lights, the way we see them, if it's on, it's on, if it's off, right? When a light is on, it's actually going on and off at such a fast rate that your eyes can't tell. But when you get it on camera, the camera can see it, because the flicker rate, or the frequency and the shutter speed of the camera, if it's not in sync with the lights, it'll blink or do like that flickering. So like even like a regular light, like a light bulb, it's not actually just on. If you like take a video of it, you'll see that it like flickers a little bit. So like then understanding that, then I knew like what to adjust, because these lights were like a pain to get them adjusted to the camera. All the other hits get parceled out to the next break spots? No. All the hits go to the respective types. That's how it goes. And honestly, there's plenty of hits this break. Magenta, we got, after I ended the stream, we played for a little bit longer, and we got like on a 5-game heater, just winning. I'm almost in diamond. I finally won the Legion TD game on live though. My rank's going back up in that. Like all the losses are just coming back to me. Halo. We started playing Halo again. I'm like back in the 4,000s for Legion. Yeah, I streamed yesterday on the gaming channel. That's the non-family friendly version of the stream. You can hear me swear and become very upset whenever I lose because of somebody else. You love the original one for the original Xbox? I played that one, but not as much. My first Xbox was Xbox 360, so I played a lot of Halo 2 before Halo 3 came out. I remember buying Crackdown just for the 2 weeks of the Halo 3 beta, and Crackdown was actually a pretty good game. But I remember before Halo 3, Halo 2 was all that there was, and it was for the other Xbox, but it was backwards compatible, so you could play Halo 2 on that 360. And then I learned very, very quickly that my internet was god-awful when I tried connecting to live. Learning that as a kid just didn't make sense. That was a process. The next Elder Scrolls? Isn't Skyrim on Switch though? Are they talking like a new game? See, Xbox is looking into the future, knowing that consoles are not going to be the end game. They're banking on the fact that, okay, we'll still exist with the games on PC. We're starting to, morph those two together. Smart. Very smart. Everyone who I've known who's like who has a console has slowly and surely switched to PC. So worth. Yeah, I had an experience with the internet where it was slow, but like it wasn't like it was dropping. It was just consistently slower, and I figured out that they must have switched and throttled me down to a slower plan. And when I caught them doing it, they just switched it back when they sent a technician out. I'm convinced that's what happened, dude. Because it'd be one thing if it was slow because of issues. It'd be way more unstable, and it wasn't. Gold colorless. Cassandra. Dude, playing World of Warcraft on dial-up, the internet was one issue, graphics was another. People get graphics lag playing Classic now, where they couldn't even like tell what was happening during like a boss fight, and I rated all the way up to Nax. It must have been so hard back then, dude, because like those boss fights were hard. Like legit, when I played Classic and I was the main tank for like the last month that I played, I like with add-ons and everything, the game was still pretty hard with world buffs and all the other stuff. I'll still never forget though the first full clear when I was main tanking it. We'd been trying, like, the week we cleared it was literally like if we didn't clear it, people were going to start quitting. And then we ended up doing it. During Burning Crusade raids, you couldn't stay connected during trash pulls with dial-up. Was able to kill bosses only. Dude, I still remember my first max level character was in Wrath of Lich King. Like, that's when I actually played, and I hope that it lasts and they make a classic Wrath, because I'd play that again. But, what's it called? My parents had, like, Costco, like, $300 desktop. I don't even think the thing had a graphics card. I used to play WoW on that before I got my actual computer. If I went up to Northrend, like, if I went anywhere up to Northrend in certain areas, it would disconnect me and I couldn't log back in because the computer couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the graphics, so it would just constantly disconnect me. I'd have to have my buddy log in and move my character so I could play the game again. It was so bad. I'd call him and be like, yo, I need you to like Hearth, because I'm stuck in Northrend again. Different times. Now we got the good computer. Which even then, like, the good computers can mess up. I was noticing that my computer was working harder during these internet issues, too. Now that the internet went back to normal, my computer's fine. Man, what were they doing, dude? Like, they were trying to just throttle me, like, hardcore. I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. I gotta make sure to update this to Windows 11 too, because I messed up last time and I didn't take the free and I had to like pay for like Windows 10 when it came out. I have to like change a weird setting though. If you have a PC, like I'd advise you to do the same, because then like stuff just becomes not compatible. Make sure I do a clean install. What, like wipe the OS and then install it? I don't even know if I could do that. Yeah, but when you wipe it, you can't use the internet, or like, will it update even without anything on? Because when you wipe the OS, the computer can't really boot. Donphin. All right, so another triple Zard break, back to back. Yeah, but I don't have the flash drive. This computer came with Windows 10 because I just bought a new one. You're saying make a flash drive? Oh, man. Maybe I'll do this at the end of the week. I don't want to like break the computer and then I can't stream. No, I know what you mean. It's just a headache. I remember I still had Windows 9 on like 3 computers ago. And like me and my buddy really liked Halo Wars. I bought Halo Wars and I couldn't play it because I didn't have Windows 10 and I returned it. So annoying. I was so upset that like I had to pay for the new Windows, but I ended up getting a new computer anyway. These are celebrations. This was the second holiday set this year. You haven't seen these packs before? This set knocked my socks off because it has throwback cards. Oh, this set is very good. It has the 3 original base set starters in like the original art. And then like other stuff throughout. Hopefully I can pull some more for to showcase it. Yep, Team Magma Groudon. Well, John just got that card. The Magikarp is probably like one of the harder cards to pull, for sure. Gonna need another binder? Hey. You said you're gonna restart collecting. This is the time to do it. This is that set right here. That Professor Oak. 4 full binders. Yeah, I just grade everything. I don't really do that binder stuff. I respect it. Gotta do what makes you happy. And the Dark Gyarados. John popping off. See, if you don't care about condition, by all means, binders are fine. I had 2 binders from when I was a kid. Ain't no 10s came out of there. Not because I was, a kid. Because as a kid, I just put them right in the binder. It was because of the binders. I would say, like, if you're worried about condition and you don't have the money for PSA, which is understandable, keep your cards like this. As if you're about to submit them. At least they're not like... A binder kind of puts stress on the card over time. Especially as you add more to it. I have this cardboard box that you could probably buy it like on Amazon. I think it holds like 3,000 or 5,000 top-loaded cards. And that's where I have all of my stuff from my binders when I was a kid. I took everything out and put them in there before, like, what eventually I'll send them to be graded. What's up, Corey? Top loaders do add up, but how much does a pack of 25 top loaders cost? Like $5.99 or something? I'm sure you could buy a bigger bundle for a little bit of a lower amount. When you weigh it next to what cards could potentially be worth 10 years from now if you graded them and they got chewed up by your binder, I think it weighs more in one direction. They do add up, but I'd rather pay that than knowing that, like, eventually over time, like, my cards are going to be worth less because they're going to deteriorate in a binder. And the argument you always hear is like, what about dust? Dust. And it's like, people are very, like, how dusty are people's houses? It's kind of hard to get dust into a top loader. Like, I get it. You can, put the graded card sleeve over it. Seal the bag. Or that cardboard box. Dust doesn't just spawn in there. All right, we started off this break with 2 Zards. Are the tins a bad idea? I mean, it wouldn't be the first place. The problem with the tin is, even if it's in a top loader and a penny sleeve, if there's room to move, a metal edge is going to, like, be a little bit more forceful. I would say, like, something where they're, like, tight, not stressed, but, like, snug. I mean, it's so beautiful, dude. Congrats on the 2 Zards right off the bat. And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more tonight. A little bit for everybody in this break. Yeah, that's where I have all of my stuff, like, that was still in binders from when I was a kid. I took everything out. Penny sleeve top loaded every single card. I think I filled one up. Legit. Well, I mean, it's a lot to manage, dude. Like, if you have a lot of cards, it is a lot to manage. But, like, you can... A little bit of work goes, like, a long way. It'll save you in the long run. And I get it. People, like, want binders because binders are easy to, like, organize and you could see a lot of your collection. But over time, like, it's going to, like, damage your card. Even if it's minor, it's still going to be damage. My binders from when I was a kid, 15, 20 years in a binder? Stuff is, like, destroyed because of it. They could have been a lot better. That's why, like, I tell people that. Like, I'm not trying to, like, cause a panic, but, like, over time it will, do a number on your cards. See, it just doesn't work well that way. The best way I found is displaying them on the wall. Okay, I can randomize 2 and 3. I think 4 is the next one with spots available. Okay, let's line up. Break 2. Binder sleeves, you could... Yeah, but like... For one, that's going to be a heavy binder, depending on how many, like, graded cards could fit in there. Like, it just doesn't seem like the way to do it. I don't know. Did you tell me the good? I have no idea. I'm doing well, Corey. It's good to see you. Big Brick Beige. I just saw your shirt that you sent me the other day where you put lettuce as a scam on a shirt for me. Fantastic shirt. I was like reorganizing some stuff. So you got a real job and moved out of your parents' house? Welcome to the family, dude. Welcome. It's all downhill from here, buddy. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I was never really worried about like covering everything and all that. It's more just about like fresh out of college, I thought about that stuff and it stressed me out. Like now, like it's kind of just like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Well, in that current state, like with my other job that I had, like was never gonna work. It would have, but it would have been horrible. No, yeah, absolutely. Like, it's not even about that. Like, it's just like the thought of it. You're like, oh god, I have to do all this. But like, once you're here, it's kind of just like, yeah, whatever. This is easy. It's not too bad. I hate it, dude. To this day. I meant what I said. Just weird to use so much of your paycheck so often. Being an adult is an expense. Well, I mean, yeah. I knew like my next move was going to be, you know, not just throwing away money on rent. And I wanted a house, so like that's the move I made. And like my parents were selling their house, they were probably going to move into the place I was at because that's our property. And I was like, okay, now's the time to do it. And it all kind of just fell into place. This year flew because of that, though. It was weird. I'm getting like a weird like time machine effect. All right, break 2. Like it was stressful getting here, but like now that I'm here, like it's getting like way better. Like definitely lost brain cells during the move, like for sure. I'll never get those back. They're gone. But that was the price I was willing to pay. Well, congrats, dude. Very, very happy for you, Francis. Thank you, Ivan. Love you. Thank you for that sub. So I didn't want them. Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of like I've seen across the board, like no matter what, you know, sector that you work for, whatever your proficiency is, be it in business or whatever, a lot of companies are doing like this contract stuff. And it is greedy on them, and it does give them more flexibility to terminate whenever, and like I don't like that. I'm happy that like I have my own thing where I don't have to worry about it. That's stressful. Can let it breathe. That's how I was, dude. I that little collection room that I had, the collection room that I'm gonna make now, it's like 4 times the size. So I'm pretty sure I could fit everything. It'll still be a little tight though. Ooh, Dracovish with a full art trainer. Christina, it's your first break and you got fire. I think we know what's going to happen here. We've seen this movie before. Even if it's not a Zard, let's make it some fuego. But like I said, we've been here before. Celebration Zard? Probably. Who knows though, dude? Champion's Path has like been warming up to us. Phalanx. Did you have fire in the last break, Chunky? Half the chat is the family at this point. Hey, it's okay though. As long as you guys are having a good time, that's all that matters. Dude, it's still throwing me off that you said like this is your first time buying in. I feel like I remember like someone else has the same name as you, legit. Straight Mandela effect right now. This break? Okay, so you're okay. You got fire this break. I'm remembering someone else with that same exact name, legit. It's throwing me off right now. Champions Path doesn't exist anymore. You haven't even seen any in months, even online. I feel like I've said this before, even though people were convinced that there was just a never-ending supply. Well, you're guaranteed something with the battles too, with me at least. Nick was in here and he apparently said that we might be, perhaps, probably. I love how that word is flagged on Twitch, but like that's literally the Pokemon title. I guess like something lost in translation there, because like that wouldn't be like the first thing I would put for a Pokemon like set title. Last week's hold up. It may have been the new set, because usually like we'll change it across the board when we change it. So like it'll probably be Celestial or whatever. Not Celestial. Brilliant. Brilliant stars. Yeah, but Godly Shed, that, you know what that just says to me? That just screams opportunity. Take advantage of other people being impatient. You want Celestial, dude? People took Celestial for granted too. You sold your Hyper Rayquaza. Why would you do that, dude? If you would have asked me, I would have said don't do it. And I'm pretty sure you did ask me. And I said no, don't do it. I swear, you tell me just to like make me upset that you're going to regret it later. Always. Well, I guarantee you someone's going to jump on the opportunity to just buy all the Zards at the lower price and capitalize on people just not being patient. Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure. You're loving how Trainer is going so far? I would say so as well. Over 7,000 PSA 10s. Of a Champions Path Shiny Zard or of the promo? See, let's say 1,000 people resubmitted the same Zard once. That means the actual population would be like 5,000. That Zard is 100% the Zard to crack open and resubmit every time. That's why I only said 1,000. It's probably a lot more. That's like a big problem that there's no way to deal with. Right. I wonder I wonder if that's accurate, though. Well, you know the way around it? Send it to BGS. You go for a black label, and even a non-black label pen's going to be worth more. And see, that's a mistake, boy. I think that is dumb, legit, because the value is going to be comparable no matter which way you look at it. I would not resubmit a 9.5. 9.5 in my eyes is a PSA 10. Now black labels were hard to get no matter what. Always. Regardless if there's 7,000 tens, over time it's still going to go up. We're at the point right now where people are going to overreact thinking that there's an abundance, and then it's going to be gone, and then people are going to be like, what the hell just happened? It's the same pattern we've seen at least I've seen it for the past 5 years. Yeah, but does that stay true over time consistently, Fwa? And is it worth the risk of damaging your card or it coming back a 9 at PSA? Unless you're talking about the crossover where they don't regrade it unless it's going to be a 10. I feel like it's not worth the time and the effort. I feel like a lot more could go wrong. See, part of me wonders, like, if there's a bias in one direction there. You don't pay more unless they crack it open and say it's a 10. So the incentive is to make more money. The disincentive would be, we want to appear more difficult than BGS, so we're just going to say it's not, and you'll pay the minimum. And obviously, like, that bias could be nothing, but I'm going to go ahead and say that it exists, because it probably does. See, I'm happy with a 9.5. When I see a 9.5, I don't think, oh, I got to send this to PSA. 9.5 is the thing to shoot for. Obviously, at least shoot for. Like, you're really, really try-harding if you're just resubmitting until you get a 10. I don't get why people do that, because you probably end up spending more money than what the card is like worth at the time. Because you still have to pay money, even if it doesn't get bumped up. You pay like a minimum fee. And if you do that multiple times, it's like, it's going to add up. You only do it once? See, I know for a fact, though, Flock, there's people out there that don't just do it once. They do it until it's a 10. And I'm sure the population is inflated because of that across the board. I mean, is it inflating if you got a 9.5 at BGS and now it's a PSA 10? Kind of, yeah. Like, there's more in circulation. Or if you got a 10 at PSA and you're like, damn, I want to try for a black label, that PSA 10 doesn't exist anymore, and now it's going to be a BGS 10 or black label. Why would you resend a 10? To go for a black label. I'm talking about a very specific instance, but like I'm sure it has happened. Maybe more than we think. Well, there's plenty of instances where people like do stuff that like really doesn't make sense, and then it messes with what people conceive as the actual population of a specific graded card. There could be a person going for a 9 of a certain card, and they crack open a 10. It sounds stupid, but I've seen people damage cards to try and get 1s. So it makes sense to get a 9. There's not too many like bright people out there that are grading. That's for sure. So like you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt when you look at like those populations that are posted by PSA or BGS, if they're even accurate as well. There are people that will damage the card and resend it. It's the same idea as trying to get a 1 or 2. They think it's like funny. Like I look at that, I'm just like, damn, this is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. For me, like, the goal is to protect my card. That's goal number 1. So, like, I'm grading for that reason primarily. And secondary, try to get a higher number, but I'm not going to crack, like, if I see a 9 or a 9.5, I'm not cracking it. I'm just leaving it as it is. Because it's protected, it's authenticated. It'll be easier to sell, which I don't intend on doing. But like, there's more pluses than minuses there. You only want 10s? I mean, I get it, but like, I think what we've seen in the past 25 years that Pokemon's been out, even a 9 in some of those older cards is just okay as well. I remember specifically last year, it's like the standard changed. Like, I wouldn't grade stuff out of my binder from when I was a kid because I thought it was going to get like a 7 or 8. A lot of those cards got sent last year because over time, it's going to be worth it. It takes a lot of time and effort, dude. And you could end up damaging your card. Like, for me, like, you completed the objective. The card is assigned a numeric grade, and it's protected, and it's authenticated. Oh, that's my take on it. That's the way I collect. I don't like to complete sets. I think that stresses me out as a person. As stupid as that sounds. Well, I've told you, don't be in a rush to sell stuff. I've said that to you. You choose, you got to do what you got to do, but I've told you. Hypergrass, by the way. People just overreact to like a YouTube video they just saw with a supposed expert who's just going to capitalize on somebody panic selling. What's up, real man? Houndoom, fire. They got bar graphs and stuff, though. I know, right? They appear to be well informed. It's very easy. It's much easier to appear to be well informed than to be actually well informed. Let me tell you. Listen, dude, you ain't gotta explain yourself, bro, man. Whenever you want to be here, you be here. I'm here. Red, first break had 2 Zards again. Shiny Zard from Champion's Path, Shiny Zard from Shiny Faith. So we had last break we had 3 Zards, 15 of Friday, and then the first break of today. So essentially back-to-back breaks. Well, here's a guy on a shoot though. Like, there's not a time machine, and there's nothing you can do about it. Once a transaction like that is completed, you don't look back, because the what if game, nobody wins. Just, if you're gonna do anything with that info, now that you know, don't overreact and don't, just be in a rush to sell stuff. Got good cards in your feast. Well, don't be in a rush to sell them. This Gardevoir is not easy to pull. Another solid fire hit. Even if you don't get a Zard this break, well done. Favorite card in Solid? It's definitely a gorgeous one. Gardevoir is one of those Pokemon that I always will have in my party in the games, if it's possible. The Lele, too. You wanted 4 spots in the feast? I mean, wow, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I give you info for your benefit. I'm not trying to get you. Would I have rather that you didn't panic sell to get into that break? Sure. You'd be in a better position as a person. But at least I pulled you some good stuff. I'm not a person who likes to sell stuff in my collection ever. I've only sold 1 card in my collection. It was a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And that was like 8 years ago. And I posted it for a ridiculous price and it sold. I don't like to sell stuff in my collection to add to my collection. I like to just keep building it. But, we'll see. Which card? No, he's saying he regrets selling some of his cards, and I told him, I said, why? You are a person who likes to sell a lot. Double electric. Highest chase cards of each set. I mean, whatever makes you happy. You know what I mean? As long as you're having a good time doing it, that's the important part. Like, that's the part that people forget. Like, sometimes it's because of whoever they watch, because they get all caught up in how much the cards are. So everyone watches, like, the most expensive, most valuable. It's a part of it. You should be aware of it, but I'm here because I grew up with this and I love it. Cards do have value. Yeah, they do fluctuate, and over time they go up. But I do it because I love it. And that's people would enjoy it more. Well, I mean, it's his choice. He could do what he wants. If you're there to scoop him up, you're there to scoop him up. Very solid break. He's an adult. I can't, tell him what to do. I can only advise him, and then he just says, I'm doing the opposite, That is sick. There was a lot of hits this break. It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. No Zard, but solid fire spot. Got a couple shinies. Got that full art Houndoom. One of the best looking cards out of Darkness. All right, after break 3, I'll randomize, so grab spots if you're looking to get into the breaks. Chris trying to get me to resize the names. I'm not doing it. I'm leaving it. See, it's what it is. Like my first edition Zard, I could have sold at one point for probably $24,000, roughly. I didn't think for a second to sell it, like not even like a second. Yeah, is it back down? Sure, but stuff fluctuates regularly. Over time, it's always up. It's more important to me in my collection. But you got to do whatever makes you happy, boy. You know. You like the wheeling and dealing. You like the moving the stuff around, and whatever makes you happy, that's fine. But you're gonna run into times where like you should have waited, and you're gonna feel bad about it, and that's why I was advising against it. Where's my music? You're excited about that Gardevoir? Honestly, Gardevoir, like I said, whenever I play the games, if possible, I always have these three Pokemon. Gardevoir, Metagross, Salamence. Everything else, I'll, see what fits to like fill out the rest of the team, but I always have those three if and when possible. So, cheers for the Gardevoir. Definitely a great Pokemon in my eyes. Our names are good. We're lined up. We're ready to go. Tell you what, we're making our way to 400 Zards. I think we might do it. Couple more pop-off streams. I think last Friday we ended up pulling like, was it 5 or 6 Zards? But only 2 Mews. Yeah, the card that people are so adamant about that isn't the rarest, right? Gardevoir's your favorite Pokemon? It's a good one, dude. I used Gallade once in the game, and I was, like, disappointed. I was like, this is not that good. I like Gardevoir better. Probably wasn't using Gallade properly, but I don't know. Just didn't fit my playstyle. So I think that Pokemon does make specific Pokemon more rare. I mean, how many packs do I have to open before we could say that the Hyper Pikachu is rarest? How many packs of Fusion Strike do I have to open for the Mew to be the rarest pack? Because, like, I've pulled 10 of the alternates. 11 now, actually. 11 alternate VMAXs and only 2 Rainbow Mews. It's not think. It's, I have to go off of what I'm seeing. Fact of the matter is that stuff is more rare than other stuff. I don't think it's a specific number, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's like, 1 in 10. I think it's random in a sense, because I don't think that they're that organized to like have a specific amount, but you could tell when stuff is significantly more rare. My point is that they're all hyper rares. So you're saying that all hyper rares have the same frequency, right? And you're going to see a hyper rare, but like it's going to be random. I get that as a theory, but it doesn't work. How many packs do I need to open in order to pull the same amount of every single one? I think statistically it can't make sense either. It's so hard to just not buy it. Well, I mean, this time of the year, especially, where we're just, throwing all the good stuff together, get some crazy stuff going, this is the time to do it. We decided on keeping it discounted still. I don't know for how long. We'll see. You pulled a Rainbow Mew in your first pack of Fusion? Right. But what is it? And you could never open another Fusion Strike pack again. And out of your one pack, you have 100% pull rate of Mew. But what's more significant, 1 pack of data or 10,000 packs of data? That's the point. And I've said too, Godly Shed, I said, God honest truth, I will change my opinion based on if I pull, the same amount, but it never happened. Oh, for sure. The fact of the matter is, maybe your first one isn't significant. The more significant one is the second one. Because you can get lucky. You could open a pack and get literally like the rarest card in the set, but you need more data. See, I'll give you that, Galushed. I 1000% agree with you that I don't think that they would even, I don't think that's where they're putting their effort towards as a company, because they still have promos and I still hate that. And they make other bad decisions. But aside from that, I still think wholeheartedly there has to be. With all these sets that I've been opening, dude, there's always one or two cards that are more difficult to pull. Like Unbroken Bonds. Hyper Blastoise was the rarest card in the set. It wasn't the same rarity as every other Hyper. It can't be. And it's not like I've just opened like, one box and basing my opinion off of that. Like, this is tens of thousands of packs. There have been times, Modern Tool, when we were opening up Unbroken regularly, like I just forgot it was in the set. I would pull it and I'm like, wait, what did I just open? So like, let's say your theory of sheets is correct. They just made less sheets of the Mew or the Pikachu. You mean they just released the rest of their inventory, but yeah, same thing. In order for your theory to be correct about all rainbows being equal, as I open more packs, I should see more of everything and like somewhat equal within a couple numbers of each other. It doesn't happen. I would say probably Vivid was probably the set that I've opened most of a regular booster box set. At this point, it's probably 100,000 packs, not even kidding. And all the other Hypers are way, way more frequent than the Hyper Pikachu. And you're entitled to your theory because we don't know like for a fact what Pokemon does. You could be right, I could be right, neither of us could be right. But going off of the amount of packs that I've opened, you kind of got to go with one is more rare than the others. Oh my gosh, this alternate. Mr. Anderson, my favorite alternate. And when I say hyper, just so we're not losing terminology here, I mean rainbow specifically. Because I know sometimes people say hyper and that's the same thing as rainbow, like, or not the same thing as rainbow. That's like another thing that like people use all of those terms interchangeably so much it drives me nuts. That's why I just say rainbow or hyper is the same thing for me. And I've had multiple people tell me too, like, the Rainbow Mew is the rarest, but how, Beach? It's like, it's less expensive right now. People haven't realized it yet. That's, the misinformation that gets spread between people, just capitalize on it. I'm not lying to you, A lot of people, like, I remember when the Hyper Pikachu was a thing and Vivid just came out, people, you could grab a Hyper Pikachu for like $60 at one point, I remember. Not the case anymore. And as time goes on, it's becoming more untrue. And I remember telling people, I'm like, yo, you need to you need to grab those because people don't realize how rare it is. Like, that was the first card. We opened 4,860 packs of Vivid Voltage on release in one stream. That was the 46.5-hour stream before I broke the record again this year. No, that wasn't the 40. That was the 38-hour stream or the 40-hour. I don't even know at this point. But regardless, in those 4,860 packs, I only pulled 3. If we pull up the other hypers that I pulled, way more frequent. The Hyper Togekiss. Like, I probably pulled 5 times more, 10 times more. I don't think there's an exact number, and it's hard to get an exact number. And I get that theory, but, like, I have yet to see it. You know what would fix that problem? Numbered cards. For Evolving Skies, I mean, the Umbreon with the moon is pretty up there. One of the alternates was the rarest, not the rainbow. Ooh. See, now that you say Rayquaza Rainbow, I'm thinking to myself, have I seen more Rayquaza Rainbows or have I seen more of the alternate? And I didn't really keep track. That's like, I part of me wants to say the VMAX alternate, but I feel like it's been longer since I've seen just the straight hyper, the rainbow. I see what you're saying, but like, yeah, I think you're right. I think the rarest was the rainbow. Because even recently, I just saw, we just pulled the VMAX alternate last week. We didn't see a hyper. I think that's right, if I'm being honest. So the rainbow is more rare. And like, logically speaking too, like, the rainbow should be held in a higher regard, or like be the rarer of the two. Like, an alternate's cool, but like, if you had to put it down like in a system, the hyper would be the highest. In terms of like tiers. The entire card is a rainbow versus the art is different. Like, the entire card being a rainbow has got to be higher. I think it's difficult to answer that question because we're trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. Right. So what I'm saying to you is like, would it be surprising for the Mew to be more rare, the Hyper Mew? So like kind of like tying those two together, which, you know, every set is unique. Mr. Anderson. My gosh. That is not an easy card to say. Like, people hate on battle styles, but dude, there's a gold Octillery and there's a gold Houndoom. There's a gold Bronzong too, but Mr. Anderson got, what was it? Was it 3 Umbreons or 4? I think it was 3. In one break, and I called it too. 3? There you go. Starmie. Mr. Anderson's been doing well for himself, that's for sure. Happy to add to that collection, my guy. Definitely a lot of good things. Corvus Squire. Nick, if you're still here, I started rewatching Sword Art Online already again because of you, so thank you for that. Not that it was a bad thing, because honestly it's occupying my television time with something that's actually good instead of me trying to find something. Already on the second season. So like beyond Netflix, I'm sure like for the more current episodes, I'll probably have to get Crunchybox. Unless Netflix has them all right now, I don't know. Last time I checked, like the newer seasons like were not dubbed on Netflix, and I was like, okay, not watching that. But a lot of times it takes longer for the dubbed version to come out. Because it's like different voice actors and whatnot. They might even have to switch up the animations to like match the voices. Who follow me? Jam Music. Thank you for the follow. I think that show would have been so much bigger if it was around when Toonami was a thing. I feel like Toonami made Dragon Ball Z huge and made like all these other shows huge. Almost 2 years. Mr. Adam, what is up, my guy? How are you, my friend? What's up, dude? You just missed the first break, dude. First break had 2 Zards in it. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. We had a great start to this week. We're popping off. Right when I say Zard, too. Hey, hello. I called it too. I said I have a feeling this first break's gonna start us off with a bang. And Champions Fazard, shiny, and then we got the shiny from Shining Fates. And now that you're in here, maybe a celebration's there. For Darkness Ablaze. He turns us dark. I think we might actually hit 400 Zards by the end of the year. About a month. Can't wait for your Black Friday break. You got one of those bundles too, dude. Let me know how that booster box is for you when you end up opening it. We've been known to like pop off on those boxes. Zacian. Here comes Team Rocket, its trainer. Surfing Pikachu. So what's been going on, Adam? What else, my guy? Everything's been going well. Stream's been going well. Come on. Professor's research with the ho-ho. Donphin fighting is scooping up these extra hits. You're an adult with a learning disability, your first time collecting Pokemon cards. You find Pokemon cards in Ben's storage that my parents won. I don't know if they are real or fake. You want to collect and someday learning play a trading card game in real life. Well, yeah, dude. First off, welcome. Second off, you're definitely in the right place. I will answer your questions pertaining to collecting. I'm less knowledgeable about playing the game, but collecting is what I do here. And wondering if they're real or fake, huh? I would say the best way to learn about the cards, especially from back then, just start typing in those cards with the number on the bottom. There's a number on the bottom pretty much in every set. There is a symbol that indicates what set it is. Usually on the older cards, it'll be like that R. That tells me that it's Team Rocket, right? If it's first edition, it's first edition, but regardless. The important part is the symbol, right? That's how you tell what set it's from. Do I have a Discord? I do. Will you answer questions about why you know program? Planeswalker, if you come over here and straighten up the house and do all the stuff that I have to do, I'll do the program. Otherwise, be patient. Next time I have free time, I'll do the program. What I'll say to you, Jan, Music, 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 what I'll say to you, Don't go off of what I'm just telling you. Do your own homework as well. That's the best way to learn it. Never take anyone's word for it because that's how you're going to get scammed. If I wasn't a nice person and you asked like a not so nice person, they're going to try to, get those cards for a cheaper price so that they can sell them for money. 95 to 2015. So here's the deal, right? Here's what I'm not going to do. And here's what you're not going to do. Don't just post 100 pictures of cards and ask everyone what they think. Because that'd be a disservice to everyone and yourself because you're not learning anything. What I can do is help you in finding that information for yourself because I think it's valuable for you to learn how to get that information rather than everyone just give you their information. I know, I'm giving you the business back, dude. Because I've had plenty of people just, send me like 100 pictures in my DMs and they're like, how much my card? And I'm not going to answer because that's a lot of time and work. Even though if it's just searching, like I don't have the time for it. Like I just don't. And it wouldn't be helping you. You know what I mean? So you just found these cards. I would say open an Excel document or a Google Sheet and start organizing by year, name. If you want to go above and beyond, look up eBay sold listings for the value of the card. But your cards probably aren't graded. So it's harder to value them then. Number one, I'd say don't sell anything. If you want to get into collecting, keep what you have and educate yourself on it. Google, see what it's worth, see what set it's from, when that set was. That way you'll be in a better position moving forward. Sydney? No. Bad. No. I'm deleting this comment. It's not a good place. I don't like that website. You're not timed out. You're fine. I don't like a website influencing people where they stand to benefit how they're influencing them. Because they skew the prices and the data. eBay sold listings is less organized, but at least it's actual information. No, you're good. You must not have been here for a couple of those rants. I'm doing my part. You're good. You're good. I don't like that a place that buys and sells, let's say, cars, not cards, cars, vehicles that you drive. If that place is telling me what my car is worth and they're setting the price at what they're buying it for me, like from me, when I trade it in, it's a bad example because there's a lot of different answers to that, but just on a base level, I don't want the person who's buying stuff from me also telling me what it's worth. I don't like that. Doesn't work. No, you're fine, Sydney. You're okay. They have way too much power as a site. I don't like that. This was a learning experience. We're good. And I'm sure them as an institution, like they don't like me saying that because it's the truth. When they're buying up a bunch of cards, all of a sudden the price is lower, and then once they have them all, oh, the price went up. Did it? Did it really? Nobody sees an issue with that? You should question everything. I know I get questioned. We're just going to trust a rando company? I'm here. You could talk to me. USPS didn't scan the shipping, so everyone asked me, oh, where's my stuff? But we're going to trust the company to tell you how much cards are worth that buys and sells them? Come on now. We're better than that. Rant over. Anyways. It's good to be educated on that, though. I think it's good to have all the information before we jump to conclusions. And that this isn't directed towards you, Sydney. This is me speaking generally now, just so you know. We good. Tinfoil hat discussion. Dude, honestly, I'm primed up for it. I've been running out of stuff to watch, and I found my way back to some I rewatched those Shane Dawson conspiracy videos with about Chuck E. Cheese and everything. So I caught my internet service provider throttling my internet. They literally bumped down the package that I'm paying for, and then they kind of smoothed it over and said that there was something wrong. You miss. Well, Jam Music, basically what I said to you in a couple sentences. We're not going to do the work for you, and I don't expect anyone else to do the work for you, but we can help you know how to do the work, if that makes sense. I would say itemize all your cards in an Excel document, organized with year, what set it is, what card type name it is. You can get it as in-depth as you want, but getting whatever you found from your parents organized is step one. Step two, getting educated on it as you do it. Looking up the card values on eBay sold listings. Because here's the God honest truth. If you just sent me 100 pictures and I did all the work for you, one, you have to hope that I am a person who's doing it properly, which more than likely I am. But let's say it wasn't me. They're giving you bad info just to benefit from you not knowing. I think it's better for you to learn. You know what I mean? I'd rather you be educated on it so you don't get scammed or something. Break 4 is the next break with spots available. 2 spots left, I think. Why you stay away. I see you just smelling, dude. Relax. Don't be trying to scoop stuff. Jam Music, no matter what anyone tells you, don't sell anything. Do not sell anything. I know, I'm just kidding, boy. What's up, 61? I want to know if they are real or fake. Okay, so these are two different things, right? Pokemon is two things. You play the game, or you collect, or some mix of the two. Those older cards are not going to be playable. Those older cards, are going to be more valuable, more collectible, depending on what you have, if they're real. Playing the game doesn't worry about the condition of the card. Playing the game is playing the most current set and the most meta deck, like every other TCG. So with those older cards, you're not going to be playing the game. It would be not smart to do it, because then your cards are going to get damaged from playing the game. I would say get familiar with them, maybe even get them graded once you get there, so they're protected and they're encased, you know? And this authenticates them too, so you know that they're real. How you learn to play the game is, well, that's like the best way to do it too, because for me, the hardest part, like if you're learning a TCG, is learning what you can't do or what you shouldn't do. And like, if you play the online game, it keeps you from being able to like do something you're not supposed to do. Like if you try learning Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh from scratch, you're gonna do it wrong. 1,000% you're gonna do it wrong. If you didn't do it like on an online version. And it's cheaper, generally speaking, because to buy the playable cards that are physical usually ends up being more expensive. The digital is in a weird place right now though, because I guess people sell cards on there too, but that's like an easy way to get scammed, because there's no way to prove that a transaction actually happened, or that you never got the card. Once again, two more spots in this next one. Might keep it short and sweet tonight, we'll see. Yeah, I wouldn't buy, like, it doesn't have like a Steam marketplace where you could sell skins like CS:GO. That's what they need for that to work. Otherwise, people are going to get scammed. And that's why they're changing it. Pokemon is not making sure that the person who paid for that card is getting their card. And they shouldn't have to, because it's not a service that they're offering. So then when people pay for it on eBay and they never get it, it's hard to prove that they didn't get it. And vice versa. Someone could be selling a card and then that person claimed they never got it. I would stay very far away from that unless you knew the person. Do you have to subscribe for? No. No. There are rules though, don't self promote. it's not a store. You could, buy, sell, and trade, but this isn't a place to open up a shop. And, just family friendly. Other than that, if you could do that, you're part of the family. Yeah, but regardless if it's against the EUA or not, people are still doing it, and Pokemon needs to realize that. They just need to have something that's similar to like Steam Marketplace, where people can buy and sell skins safely, where Pokemon's the intermediary. And they'd make money on it. Like you get charged a fee whenever you do that on Steam, anyway. And I don't even have a dog in the fight with that. I don't play the TCG at all. I just I don't. I'm more of a collector. But I understand like where they're going to run into issues, and I'm surprised they don't see that. Like they don't have to change the online TCG. They just have to make a safe way for transactions to happen. You have to wait for 10 minutes for a chat in the Discord? Well, I have that in there so like people can't just spam join and, be horrible people. Kind of just, it eases you in. Make sure you're a good guy. Not to say that you're not, but we don't know each other yet. I'm hoping you are. Because I generally want to help you. Once again, just two more. Just going to use the restroom real quick. Hold on one sec. Coming back. All right. You know what I was just thinking about? I hate that Halo Ranked has Capture the Flag in Ranked. I think it's stupid. Just real thoughts with Beige. I don't think that there is a mode that I thoroughly like enjoy less than Capture the Flag. Even when we win, I don't feel good because I hate it. And it's like I feel like 80% of the games are Capture the Flag. I don't think it's a good indication of rank. Give me Slayer. I'll even take Oddball or Strongholds, just not Capture the Flag. Please, let me not have to queue for it. Thank you. You can't change the background unless you're subbed. I don't know why. I didn't do that. That was the application. I just didn't change the number. The names are good. And I have to print the list. Alright, break 4 is randomed. I think we're going to see another Zard here. We're just getting started. You don't understand how the rank bar at the bottom works? I don't think anybody does. You're both the Dantes. I mean, you might get 2 separate packages, though. Just because that's how it works. On the shipping end of things, I'd make, maybe a note. Oh, you're in. Okay. That changes everything. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. You're good. The only special condition of what I just said is what you just said. So, congrats. We figured it out. Unfortunately, it just goes off of just that. It's just it's more expensive to ship across, an international border. That's how it goes. You'll take your 3K coins back. That's the only thing you'd use it for. I'm sorry. What are you talking? Are you talking about like where you send the guy $1,000 and he'll promise you royalty or more money? I wonder if there's statistics on there for how many people have actually fallen for that as a scam. Has to be a good number. Because that was like an actual big thing. Like, I remember that from when I was a kid. and it still like happened. People be funny. See, my grandparents didn't speak English, and whenever telemarketers would call, my grandpa would mess with them. Just like make weird noises. If they didn't recognize, like, that's the way my grandparents were, dude. Like, if they didn't recognize the number, they didn't pick up. Or, like, if they accidentally did, they'd mess with them. If it said virus, he clicked it. Yeah, they got no business being on the computer. There's some old people I know that are on Facebook, and I'm like, yo, like, you can't even drive a car anymore. Why are we giving you a Facebook? If you can't drive, you can't use Facebook. Straight up. Nothing good can come up from that. When my grandpa said to the cop who pulled him over, not pulled him over, who showed up to the scene after he went into like a street that was like dug out because they were redoing it, he went right into it. He said, "Oh, it's hard to see." Number one thing not to say to a cop if you want to keep your license. Thank God he wasn't on Facebook, I can tell you that. That was so long ago, too. Say, oh, sorry, I didn't know you were gone. Sorry, officer, it's hard for me to see on the road. Okay, well, there goes your license. Now you don't need glasses. No, I just think like I've been through two or three grandparents. Two, not the third. The third one was just happened. But the two grandparents had to move in with my parents, and you learn that like it goes back like to like when they were a child, kind of like the way that they need care and attention. And my point to that is like, why do people like that have social media? You don't let a kid who doesn't know how to use the internet have a Facebook. Oh, for sure. It blows my mind how common it is too for people. I'm finding more and more people that like don't want to drive on the highway. Like even amongst my group of friends. I thought it was such a weird thing, but like I guess I kind of get it. Like I'm fine with it, but it is not normal. It can be stressful if you don't know what you're doing. Be out here in Seattle, dude. You'd be out here. Oh, I mean, a lot of accidents could probably be prevented by not handing licenses out, like, guaranteed. Yep. If they get a billboard advertising my website for free too, I still won't have any allowance for them to talk in there. Doing my part. Oh, you're good. think we still have spots available in 5 and 6. I gotta tell you. Oh, you asked, so I'm telling you, okay, dude? Let me tell you. Yo, that burger from the Mr. Beast place, very good burger. Very interesting, though. I've never seen a burger place just standard give you a plain burger, like no condiments, and you had to pay extra if you wanted ketchup and stuff. So I just kept it blank, and I had my own stuff. And I'm sure there's a reason for that. Like maybe in transit, it makes the stuff soggy. Maybe it keeps their costs down. True, that too. The going to catch up, the business school I went to, Quinlan School of Business. Quinlan, who was named after, sells the ketchup packets and the salt packets to McDonald's. That's like his main claim to fame. And when I say McDonald's, all of McDonald's. The dude donated to build that business school, and it probably just helped him with his taxes at the end of the year. Chick-fil-A sauce is pretty good. I'm an open pit barbecue man myself. But I got the burger with the fries on it, which I do all the time, and I thought I was the only one, but apparently other people out there like it too. So I had bacon and fries on my burger. Like what? That's not fair. You don't do open pit? No, dude, next week is strictly Dora the Explorer. With maybe a little bit of like Inuyasha cards. You know, just like random obscure things. Digimon. Funny part about Digimon, dude, when they did have cards, like a while back, I had a few in my binder because someone probably bought them for me for my birthday and they didn't know that there was a difference, but they had numbered cards. And I didn't know that until like last year. New TC. I mean, I'm not. This has been a year where like a lot of new stuff, new bandwagons that will more than likely fizzle out. There was more than enough to jump on. What did it do to my camera? And I just didn't jump on any of them. Like New World. Oh man, New World. Why aren't you playing it, Bish? Why are you playing this game? You play New World, idiot. And I didn't want to. I'm sorry. But like, is it already fizzling out? Kind of. I haven't really heard much from it. Yeah, but just because something does well in Japan doesn't mean it's going to do well here. Yeah, but I see ads for Raid Shadow Legends. I'm not going to... It doesn't make me want to play... It makes me want to play the game less, honestly. It's hella buggy right now. A company that hasn't made an RPG before making an RPG doesn't like really get me excited. Maybe in a couple years, but I don't want to be on the bumpy ride before that. Small indie company. You talking about Blizzard, dude? Because that is a hot dumpster fire, and I wish it wasn't, but it is. Hopefully it just makes it to classic Wrath of Lich King before it just burns out and isn't a thing anymore. Oh, Amazon? They say the same thing about Blizzard, dude. Whenever the servers get laggy, Everyone just spams in all chat. Small indie company. What do we got here? Toxicity. Electric. Well, the problem is like the CEO is like pretty much untouchable, and everyone's trying to like drag him down, and he ain't stepping down. He holds all the cards, but like it's ruining the company. They have all these internal lawsuits. And their games are suffering because all their focus... Dude, how many full art shinies am I going to pull? Jeez. Another toxicity. There's some messed up stories, too, that, like, people that should have been absolutely fired, and it would have avoided a lot of the problems, but they just kept it going. They made it a culture where, like, if you reported someone to Human Resources, you were the one that got fired, pretty much, which is really bad. Oh, yeah. And the CEO is, like, the bad guy with, like, the really, like, crazy eyebrows. It was me the entire time. You know what I'm talking about? Bad guy with the big bad eyebrows. He put a wig on and he's like, yes, I'm a female. I will get on the lifeboat now. BDSP. I'm not going to pretend to know what that is as an acronym. Brilliant, no. I haven't been playing Brilliant Diamond. I'm waiting for... My understanding is Arceus is the... What's it called? The Game Freak game. I mean, Brilliant Diamond looked good. I might get around to it, but I'm more interested in the other one. And here's the thing, like, a lot of people play a game or don't play a game based on reviews. I could give a crap about reviews, if I'm being honest. Unless, like, they're, like, all 1,000% like, this is a scam. Like, it's not really valuable to me, because I might like the game, you know? Because, like, I have, like, people in my group of friends, and it drives me nuts. Oh, this game doesn't have good reviews. I'm not going to purchase it. I'm like, you're an idiot. You might end up liking it. We're all playing it right now. If you don't like the game and it's that bad, then you can return it. Just don't have too many hours played on it. Like, I have no idea what's going on with Battlefield. I've heard both ends of the spectrum, but I've also read that, like, it's had the most pre-order refunds, like, in a long time. But I heard that it's using, like, the same engine with Bloom, and I hate that, and I hate Fortnite, so I'm probably not going to play it. Where essentially you're rolling dice to see if your bullets are actually hitting where you're aiming. That is not a display of skill. That is, it's RNG. No, thank you. That's why I stopped playing Hearthstone. Yag Saran. Flip a coin. Win or lose the game, pretty much. If I want an experience like that, I'll go to the casino. At least, like, I'll have fun doing it. It's Chilling Rain boxes. Interesting. The only game that's, like, kept my attention recently has been Halo and Legion TD 2, the standalone. I feel like I'm pulling myself back to Ark, though. Like, I'm definitely going to just unpause my server and go on there again, but not yet. I'm waiting. Well, Halo was, like, a game that brought all of my friends together, because some people in my group of friends are just stubborn and they refuse to buy anyone else's game that they're playing. You can only play the game they're playing. But, like, this one brought majority of us back together. And I refuse to buy other people's games that they play because I have plenty of people in my group of friends that'll play a game for a week and then they're just gone. They never play it again. Wasted money doing that. It drives me nuts. Brian killing it right now with pulls. He do be getting some nice pulls. There's a lot of hits in this break. We're still got a little bit more to go. I haven't experienced much cheaters in Halo, to be honest. What I have experienced, though, is people regularly disconnecting or leaving without any sort of penalty. In ranked, that's not okay. I don't care if I lose less. I lose less if I stay and lose, which is stupid. But if I leave after someone else leaves, I'll be penalized too with the MMR. And if you get disconnected, you can't reconnect. Like, some of my buddies' computers, they haven't fine-tuned it yet, where the game crashes sometimes if their computer is older, and it's just a 3v4. There's nothing we can do. Yeah, not being able to reconnect is pretty bad. Like, every other game has that. I don't know what that's about. No, it straight up doesn't work, because it doesn't exist. It's there, but, like, is it really? No, they just put the button there. But that's their goal. They're going to spend the least amount of money because the game is free and make the money on the microtransactions. So, like, I know what to expect there. I haven't had it successfully happen once. Moderate. Until I see someone successfully reconnect to a game, like, I wholeheartedly believe that that's not a feature. Part of me kind of feels like they're going to make you buy the campaign once it fully releases to play the multiplayer, which I'm okay with, but a lot of people are not going to be. I have a feeling it's going to happen. Right. Game Pass is usually a rotation, though, right? What happens when it's not on Game Pass? Then you have to pay, right? That's my understanding of Game Pass. There's like a cycle of different games that is available on it. Oh, I don't care about the campaign. I care about the multiplayer. What I'm saying is, once the game releases, part of me is predicting that you're going to have to pay for the campaign to play the multiplayer. Well, you downloaded the beta. When it gets out of beta, then what? And I could be wrong, but like, I kind of see it coming, and I think it's going to like be universally hated for it if they do that. Because a lot of people unlocked stuff. Maybe they didn't like. Maybe they bought the Game Pass, but they don't want to buy the game. Oh, me and you understand that, but losing half the base to gain half of them buying the game might be enough for them. These aren't people, these are shareholders and, big companies making decisions. Dude, I've watched Blizzard keep hitting itself for the past 3 years. It wouldn't surprise me. A lot of people didn't leave the house to go buy a console, an Xbox, whatever it is now, to play Halo. They just downloaded it for free on their PC. They've been losing money as a company. So they got to figure out ways to get more. The microtransactions help, but these greedy companies, I can almost see it, that it's going to happen. It's a Japanese set. We'll probably get some for breaks. Japanese sets are usually just a direct mirror of what we get in the US sets. They're just split up and they're smaller sets. But this holiday set, I think this is a Japanese holiday set, so it'll be different. When and if we get it, we'll add it into breaks. If it's any good, hopefully that's what we see in our next holiday set, which will be around this time next year. You join with Beach Bucks. And the sub giveaway is today. You join that by subbing. That's monthly. Well, this Japanese set that people are going a little crazy about is a Japanese specialty set, like Tag Team All Stars. I think that's my understanding of it, and usually, when Japan had Shiny Star V, we got Shining Fates. When Japan had Ultra Shiny GX, we got Hidden Fates. So hopefully, if it's that good of a set, we'll see that as our holiday set. We were talking about the VMAX Climax thing. Wow, he heard Japanese sets and he came sprinting from whatever side of the house he was on. He almost tripped in his furniture. Boy, you gotta be careful running in your house, dude. I mean, it could be, because we never saw Tag Team All Stars, so that kind of broke the pattern. Shiny Star V was after, though, and that kind of reinstated it. I feel kind of sad that we never got Tag Team All Stars as a US set. Makes me very sad. And I know people tell me that like we saw some of them as promos. That's not good enough. Sorry. Now waifus are expensive because people. There's a group of people out there that make it weird, so to speak. But whatever, cards are more valuable. I mean, it only applies if it's true, Vegeta. That's the catch-22 there. Doesn't make me any less right. Exactly. Oh yeah, that's the takeaway for me is cards more valuable. Cool. But Magenta, I thought there was a never-ending supply. They just keep making them, right? That's what everyone always said to me. Looks like I was right and they were wrong. As the set became less abundant and less available, the cards shot up in value? What? What do you mean? That doesn't make sense. Stupid. That's what I'm saying. Short term. Short term, Hex. This next year, because people overreacted to small time information and short term fluctuations, this next year, there's going to be a scarcity. Because people left Fusion Strike on the shelves. Even though it's still selling. But less of it is selling. In the short term, because Pokemon, right when Fusion Strike came out, said, hey, look at this next set. Forget about this set we just released. We don't want to sell that. We want to sell this next set. You know what I'm saying? That's why. But as time goes on, and the stuff starts to fade away, people will be like, oh, wait, it's too late, it's gone. Been doing it for almost 5 years, I see it every year, but we'll act surprised when we get there. For the pageantry of it. Why you make less cards, Pokemons? Why? And then the cycle will continue. Ooh. Genesect. Christina. That is quite an alternate. Very nice. Yeah, Hex, take advantage of it while it's there. Hyper Mew, once everyone realized, oh wait, this isn't easy to get, it's going to skyrocket. Especially at a high grade. Well, Beej, I watched this YouTube video and they said that, you know, this was actually the right answer. So you're wrong. I heard that one first. Okay then, don't listen to me. Just tried to inform you. This isn't directed towards anyone that I was just talking to. This is me just having an internal conversation that I've had 1,000 times before with actual people. When have you ever been the know-it-all pompous person? You've never been that person. You don't want to be that person either. Me watch one YouTube video, me expert now. You see. You've never been that way, ever. If you were ever that way, you wouldn't be a mod right now. You wouldn't be here if you were like that, because as soon as I say anything that conflicts with the ideas of a person like that, they're not here anymore. So, i.e., you're not that person. They have God packs? Whoa. It made me spit out my water, dude. I have no idea what the pricing is going to be if we do get VMAX Climax. Gives me a headache just saying it. But, yeah, because I don't like dealing with Japanese sets, and it's a circus with the way that they deal with stuff out there. It's not really business-like. It's kind of just like a free-for-all. But, if we do get it, like, I don't know. We'll see. No, I know. It's already out, but it has to get here in order for me to have it. And that takes time and money and effort and headaches. Just deal with high-class sets. Yeah, but why? Everything can't be a high-class set, dude. They make it a high-class set because it's a circus. Everyone's just grabbing boxes everywhere. That's how they distribute stuff. They open the doors and just people just flood in, start hitting each other. No business structure whatsoever. That's not how that works. Just imagine it. Then we'll get it as our holiday set, and then people will forget about the Japanese set. Except you, boy. You'll remember. Especially if you can't read Japanese. That is a good point there, Modern. Modern bringing some perspective to the table that I wouldn't even normally think about. God bless you. As a person who doesn't read Japanese, they are hard to read. I will give you that. This man is truly just a voice that needs to be heard. I love you for that comment. Now, people who can read Japanese, it would be easier for them to read. Like the level of just simplicity of that, I love it. It's like freezer go burr. You know what I mean? There's a pureness to that comment that like I can't ignore. I love it. Scent a scorch. Yeah, and then in the next few weeks it'll skyrocket to like 500 a box, and then everyone just looks at each other. Are better. They're original. Plus, they have card we never got. Never. Blah. Get off the soapbox. Okay, I can hear you. I just don't care. I love you. I just hate the way that they handle business out there. The way that Pokemon handles product out there is people here would implode on themselves. They already have to deal with like being limited at Target. If a set that good got expensive here and it got crazy right away, people would literally take to the streets. I saw you try to go back to back 3-Zard breaks, so close. It was very close. Listen, dude, I'm not aware of the Japanese culture of camping out, but what I could tell you is that everyone is an expert out there and everyone's wheeling and dealing, and you're never going to get a low price for anything. Because the boxes are essentially just like a truck opens up in the middle of like Tokyo, Japan, and they just dump truck it out, and whoever gets it gets it. That's their way of distributing product. You should do that, Magenta, and then wave it in Pla's face. But that's the fair way to do it. Yeah, it's fair until you're the person who wants a box and then you didn't get one. Oh, wait, it's not fair anymore. See how your opinion changes based on the outcome? Doesn't work. So, Pua, until they change that, I'm not the biggest fan of Japanese sets from a business perspective. And I don't want it to be more expensive for you guys because we want stuff to be affordable and we want stuff to be fairly priced. English doesn't. False. False. Very false. Please, Fla. Let's backpedal here. I'm going to give you a chance here because that is incorrect. They don't have a distribution system for businesses. That is an efficient way for products to be sold across an entire country. That's how it works. It's good. They don't have that. That's why they're experiencing the issues that we see every set. Oh, this box is $800 now. Why? Because whoever has it has it. People don't understand that structure, but like we have one side that has it and one side that doesn't, and we ignore it. And it's not the same because the product is abundantly more available in stores here than it is over there. You can't, like, you really, like, someone will clean off a shelf over there. We got limits over here. Well, I got me ranting, so. Solgaleo. By the way, Venusaur. Well, I likes to say incorrect things. I'm not even going to listen to you, Pua. You would trade, like, a first edition Zard for 3 shiny Zards. From Ultra Shiny GX. And you haven't done that exact trade, but, like, we're a couple steps away from that. I don't have to listen to you. Your nonsense. And on top of it, you would tell me, like, hey, Beach, do you think it's a good trade? No, I don't think it's a good trade. Okay, I'm doing it. Bye. And then you cry to me later. Beach, what have I done? Why you no telling me? You can't tell me I'm wrong either. It wasn't exactly that, but pretty much. Yep. JP, John Paul. Best character in SSX Tricky. That's what you mean. He does like the worm on the snowboard. Jean-Pierre. He was French. Wa's entire collection that he frequently sells is always Japanese cards, so you be the judge who has the bias here. Anyways, moving on. Threw a little mud in the water. Wa's gonna get upset. He's gonna get triggered. I need to stop. No, but for real, if and when we do get it, I will open it, and that'll be for a limited amount of time. Lies. Liar. If it's mostly English now, that'll change in the next year. You'll see a new Japanese set that you like. You'll sell off all the English cards and buy all the Japanese ones. I know who you are, Pua. I literally opened packs for you. We have a deep connection, dude. I know exactly who you are. Yeah, and the best of each set is subjective. For you, is only Japanese sets. So, here we are. So you're either inconsistent or a liar. Pick one. We're one away from pulling the trio again. Oh, the trio happened in the triple Zard break, too. That break was nuts, dude. What the heck? Nope, it's okay. I get it, you know? Whatever. You don't gotta explain yourself, dude. You're loud and clear already. You know, you came out of left field and you're like, I don't care, it's better. That last break was actually like bananas, like B-A-N-A-N-A-S. I don't even remember what all was in there. I just remember that the trio was in it. Thanks, Gwen Stefani. I know how to spell bananas now. The N's always got me. I never knew how many N's to put in bananas. Moltres, Espeon. I remember a Rayquaza, but apparently there wasn't. Maybe it was the break before. Last Pack Magic, Zard one time, third one of the night. No. Break my heart. Oh, Gold Cresselio's in there too. You're right, you're right. Alternate slow, bro? I have to go back and watch, dude. Break was insane. Like, it's impossible to remember all of the hits that were in it. Moon Canoe. What? Psychomantis. We're just saying random words? Fan belts. Pencil sharpener. Tape measure. Just says Moon Canoe. Cheese platter. I love Lamp. That's not random, dude. That's from a movie. You know what movie really puts statistics in perspective? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. The Improbability Engine. When you actually sit down and listen to the numbers that they're given, it's actually pretty funny. I haven't seen that movie in a while. There's a lot of hits this break. It's a fantastic one. All right. Break 5 is next. What we got. We'll probably keep it to just these 6 breaks tonight. Keep it light, keep it easy. Have a good time doing it. Still a lot, like over 3 cases though. Get a little warm-up lap in for this week. I think it's a 72 pack. Yes. Got your second rainbow Mewin. Dude, I just had a box of bulk, just opened a couple packs of my own and just went everywhere. This room is done. I'm done with this room. I'm moving out. I don't want to clean it, but I probably will clean it. Stupid. I spilled it like a stupido. How many spots left? Hold up. I think 6 or 7. Oh, it is break 5. Okay. I was like, break 4. End of January, early Friday. End of February, early Friday. Well, they're not gonna wait until they're 100% done to open, because then they'll have nothing to grade and there's gonna be like a gap. So they'll probably do it like a couple weeks before they're actually done, so that they have more coming in to continue it. That'd be the smartest way. End of January, early February. I mean, I think that's possible. But the last mountain they have to climb is the submissions they took right before they closed down. Or, yeah, before they took submissions and raised the price. Like, when they get caught up, there's still like one last mountain. That might add another couple weeks or a month. That might be the majority of it. We don't know, honestly. But they gave us a cutoff date, which they didn't have to do. But that caused everyone to send everything in like February. People like forgot about that. Like, I have people coming in here, they're like, what the hell, Beach? Like, where's the great? I'm like, they got to catch up. They're getting there, but it's taking a lot of time because of that. They'd be done sooner if they didn't announce that and gave people a chance to send in, but people would be upset. But people are going to be upset that they're waiting, so no matter what, someone's going to be upset. It was the right thing for them to do, though. Break 4 is the next one with spots available. Waiting for that to fill up. You have cards you want graded, but I'm willing to wait till the appropriate options are open according to the pricing guide. Well, yeah, I mean, there are people that are impatient or looking to sell their card right away, so they'll pay the expedited, which is the only one available. I think it's dumb, personally, but whatever, to each their own. Once the general submissions are open again for value TCG, like, then you're paying the minimum amount. Yeah, but people just look at the dollar amount and they don't really care. For someone who collects, you just want your card protected. You know what I mean? All the other stuff is just, just fine details at that point. But it's 300 is for paying the more expensive. They have the more expensive up there as an option to dissuade people so they can keep working on, but it's still there. You know what I mean? People are still paying it, but it's significantly less. Well, the only reason it's more expensive right now because it's dissuading people so they can catch up with the current grading. All they have available is the more expensive options. The 300 is not to protect it. The 300 is more for the speed and the convenience. Because my understanding of like paying extra depending on the value is I'll do more homework on it, but I'm pretty sure like you're not really affected until like you hit like $1,000 or $2,000 as far as the value, like significantly. When it's value TCG, like the lowest submission. Right. How many cards are gonna like fall in that category that just came out? Not a lot. Over time, like it wouldn't be in your best interest to wait for them to increase in value. Obviously, it'd be in your best interest to grade them right when it comes out because then you won't pay extra. Yeah, but then you zoom out like a year, even just a year, then they start to go up at the highest level of grading. They, I don't think that system is flawless. and it'll probably be adjusted over time. Because there's not a viable way right now, especially with the way eBay organizes data, to see how much a card will sell for. Because right now it kind of feels like everyone just picks a number out of the hat. You can't really tell, especially if it wasn't listed correctly. Some people misspell the name when they list a card, and then it doesn't show up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. 6 spots left in this next break. Those will be the last 2 for tonight. The reason why eBay analytics are a mess is because they allow people to make their own titles. They stop that where you have to choose a listing that is pre-populated and they have it. That's the only thing that's going to fix it. One, it would make it easier to sell. 2, it would make it easier to buy. Where you don't have to try to find the listing that was misspelled. Quick bathroom break, hold up. Try to grab these last couple spots there, guys. If not, it'll roll over. Alright, coming back, guys. What's up, Rep? Yeah, if these next two breaks don't fill, we'll roll over to Wednesday, and those who keep their spots in the breaks, you'll get double entries into the weekly booster box giveaway. But I'll hang out here for a bit and see if these next two start filling up. Already 2 Zards today, though. Very happy with it. Not much, my guy. Not much. I do a Beige Bucks giveaway for booster boxes. So you have to pay Beige Bucks to enter that giveaway, and then you're added to it. I'm giving away booster boxes the next set that's coming out. So if you win one, it's like another box you don't have to worry about, you know? It was to be expected, especially after last week. We're easing into this week. We still open a lot, though. The set isn't out yet, dude. I can't ship something that doesn't exist yet. Do you understand me, Magenta? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm speaking perfect English. Do I have to speak like a caveman to you? Set, no here. No ship. Cannot ship. No exist. Wow. Have fun with the set that gets hyped up for a week, burnt out, and then forgotten about. Burn. Which set are you talking about, Beej? All the Japanese sets do that. Why use lot word when few word do trick? That's where I'm at today. Definitely a great start for today. Probably at some point. You'll know when. I just don't know. So I have to open another one of these sets. Because people like blah. And then they forget about it next month. This is my life. You want me to blame you too, Magenta? I'll blame you too, okay? It's your fault. Blah is like one syllable. Magenta is like four, dude. What address are you talking about? For which giveaway? Did you win Fusion Strike or Brilliant Stars? Fusion Strike has been sent out. Brilliant Stars doesn't exist yet. So that's where we are. You're either that or that. The weekly last week was probably Brilliant Stars. Magenta, I'm going to send you an expired jar of peanut butter to sit in your fridge that you won't be able to use. But you're not going to throw it out because, you know, does peanut butter even expire? You know, you're like one of those people. My mom had like a 15-year-old bottle of mustard in her fridge. And I made, it was one of those dinner time moments where like we had like a little family occasion. And I was like, Mom, she's like, oh, I always keep everything, you know, new in my fridge. I'm like, Mom, I guarantee you I could find one thing expired in the fridge. And she looked at me and she's like, don't. No, if you won the weekly giveaway, that's, we know you. I was like, I guess you stand corrected then. Because I either go grab the expired mustard in the fridge, but it's the fancy kind, or you admit you're wrong. We do this one way or another. Dancing in the dark. Alright, it's probably getting to the time where we're just going to roll these two breaks over. Once again, these are going to be the first two breaks open on Wednesday. And you get double the entries for the weekly booster box giveaway that you would normally get. So like if you have two spots, this break would give you 4 entries. Now you're getting 8. If you want a refund, though, that's fine, too. Just shoot us an email. I will be live on the gaming channel tomorrow. We're going to be switching up the breaks again. And I'll be live Wednesday. Love you guys very, very much. See you guys tomorrow on the gaming channel or Wednesday on this channel. Cheers to every single one of you.